The State of the Union was supposed to be Biden's big moment. The guy hides in Delaware and never talks to reporters, so we were eager to hear him. But we didn't hear from Biden last night because he plagiarized the speech. Joe's been plagiarizing his whole life. He got busted plagiarizing in law school. 5 straight pages, word for word. Almost flunked out because of it. I mean, he's not even smart about it. And then he runs for president and gets busted plagiarizing again.
Why is it that my wife, who's sitting out there in the audience, is the first in her family to ever go to college?
Why is Glenys the first woman in her family, in 1,000 generations, to be able to get the university?
They didn't have a platform upon which to stand.
There was no platform upon which they could stand.
So he got caught plagiarizing a British guy, thought he could get away with it because it was in another country. We wouldn't notice, but we did. But that didn't stop him. He was on a roll. He plagiarized the Kennedys.
You cannot measure the health of our children, the quality of our education, the joy of their play.
The gross national product does not allow for the health of our children, the quality of their education, or the joy of their play.
Our generation of Americans will pay any price, bear any burden, accept any challenge, and meet any hardship.
We shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship.
Well, last night, Joe was copying someone else's homework again. This time, he was plagiarizing ultra-MAGA Republicans. That's right, Trump, DeSantis, Abbott, the entire Republican Party. It wasn't word for word. He's learned his lesson. But Joe stole the populist agenda, and now he's trying to cash in on it for 2024. Listen.
Jobs are coming back. Pride is coming back because choices we made in the last several years. You know, this is, in my view, a blue-collar blueprint to rebuild America.
Jobs are booming. Incomes are soaring. Poverty is plummeting. Crime is falling. Confidence is surging. And our country is thriving and highly respected again. This is a blue-collar boom.
Joe's making America great again, in case you hadn't noticed. He's going after the blue-collar voters that Trump picked off in the Rust Belt, except it's not working since inflation's eating up their wage gains. But Joe sees you. You're not the forgotten man anymore.
My economic plan is about investing in places and people that have been forgotten. So many of you listening to me tonight, I know you feel it. So many of you felt like you've just simply been forgotten.
My constant concern is for America's children, America's struggling workers, and America's forgotten communities.
The man who forgets everything says, you're not forgotten. Well, what's Joe's economic plan? It's the plan that got Trump elected.
For a long time, too many good-paying manufacturing jobs move overseas. We're going to create hundreds of thousands of new jobs across the country. Make no excuses for it. We're going to buy American. We're going to buy America.
We can bring back our manufacturing jobs in even greater numbers and ensure that more cars are proudly stamped with our 4 beautiful words, made in the USA.
Now, Biden was senator and vice president when we shipped the jobs and factories overseas, and he wants you to forget about that and wants credit for the jobs and factories that started coming back under Trump. And Biden, who hasn't talked about fentanyl his entire career, now has a plan.
Fentanyl is killing more than 70,000 Americans a year. So let's launch a major surge to stop fentanyl production and the sale and trafficking.
More than 75,000 Americans died from fentanyl-related overdoses. Political leaders at every level need to understand that every life in our country is at risk if we don't step up our game and do more.
If you're going to plagiarize Republicans' words, plagiarize their actions, too. You can't just talk about stopping the poison from coming in. You have to block it. So until Joe tightens the border, it's all talk, no action. And now Biden doesn't want to defund the police. Joe backs the blue.
We know Police officers put their lives on the line every single night and day.
We backed law enforcement from day one and have never wavered because we understand how important safe communities are.
I know most cops and their families are good, decent, honorable people, the vast majority.
If you want safe communities, you support law enforcement.
And after saying he loved police, Biden spent the next 10 minutes bashing police. Never mentioned gangs, bail reform, drug trafficking, the breakdown of the family, none of that. But the big guy wants you to know he's going to get tough on big tech. You know, big tech, the guys who put Biden in the White House. He's going to get tough on those guys. Joe Biden, big-time consumer advocate.
We must finally hold social media companies accountable. It's time to pass bipartisan legislation to stop big tech from collecting personal data on our kids and teenagers online, ban targeted advertising to children, and impose stricter limits on the personal data that companies collect on all of us.
They actually take our personal information without telling us. They sell it without our consent. They use it to manipulate us into buying things. They manipulate the information that we see, and then they tell us what we can and cannot say.
So Biden plagiarizes because he's not a smart guy. Never has been. Joe doesn't have thoughts of his own. That's why he carries note cards written by his staff. And when you call him out for it, he gets defensive.
I have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect. I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. In the first year in law school, I decided I didn't want to be in law school, and then decided I wanted to stay, went back to law school, and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school, and I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
So is any of that true?
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at the University of Syracuse Law School.
Now, I'm shocked Biden even graduated. The man doesn't even understand basic economics. The man ran on getting rid of oil and gas. Said it. He said, I'm going to put oil companies out of business. Get rid of it, he said. And last night, he was shocked that oil companies thought he wanted to put them out of business.
I said, we're going to need oil for at least another decade, and that's going to exceed and beyond that. We're going to need it.
Now, Biden thinks oil companies are going to invest in new refineries when they're going to be bankrupt in 10 years. That's the kind of long-term financial planning the Bidens are known for, you know, because Joe just took out a $250,000 loan at age 80. Who takes out a home equity loan at 80? Is Biden going to take out a reverse mortgage soon? Now, a smart guy doesn't brag about being tough on China after the whole country saw him let a Chinese spy balloon suck up all our secrets.
I'm committed to work with China where we can advance American interests and benefit the world, but make no mistake about it. As we made clear last week, if China threatens our sovereignty, we will act to protect our country, and we did.
Now, Biden thinks he protected the country by shooting down China's spy balloon after they completed their mission. So Biden's tough on China. He's a border hawk who's going to take on big tech and make things in America again. God, that sounds familiar. Oh, also, did you know that Joe promised to take down Big Pharma? You know, Joe made Big Pharma more money than ever with vax mandates. But the big guy's going to save you $3 on insulin. And the big guy's also going to keep fighting for the little guy.
We've written a bill to stop it all. It's called the Junk Fee Prevention Act. We're going to ban surprise resort fees that hotels charge on your bill. Those fees can cost you up to $90 a night at hotels that aren't even resorts.
So Joe doubled gas prices, but now we're going to save on resort fees. We can't afford to go on vacation. And if we do go on vacation, his boy Sam Brinkman's going to steal our bags. I guess you save on baggage fees when you have no bag for the return flight. So last night, Joe did his best Trump impression, or DeSantis impression. Biden just plagiarized the Republican platform, slapped his name on it, and said, I'm running for re-election. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve Trump's message. So, did the American people buy this?
Big speech last night. What you think?
Honestly, it just felt amazing.
What speech am I talking about?
No clue. Oh, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
What speech am I talking about?
I have no clue.
Give me a break. What idiots.
Sleepy Joe actually put me to sleep.
Joe Biden says the State of the Union is in great shape. What do you think?
He must be on one of those rocket ships to Mars. Maybe it's great there, but it's definitely not great here.
Eggs are like $30 a carton. No, everything is crazy right now.
He's in a dream world.
God bless her.
The State of the Union is
poor.
Terrible.
Needs help.
I need help. I need help.
Last night, Joe Biden says, and I quote, "If you raise the cost of precision jobs, I will veto it."
If you try anything to raise the cost of physician jobs, I will veto it.
Do you know what he meant by that?
I don't know what you mean by physician job.
That makes no sense to me.
He's garbling as usual.
China is spying on us, but Joe Biden didn't even bring it up last night. Why?
He wanted them to spy on us.
He wants to sweep it under the rug, and he doesn't want people talking about it.
He's protecting his business deals.
I have to talk to China about it.
He tried calling, but they didn't answer. Why did the vice president's husband kiss the first lady on the lips?
He was feeling her, like he wants her. I'm not sure.
How dare they?
Obviously, he's not kissing his wife because she's got a mask on.
Jill excites him more than Kamala.
Too much wine.
Name one thing that you liked about Biden's speech last night.
Let me just get my thoughts together.
Name me one. Name me one.
Joe says he wants to finish the job. Do you want him to finish the job?
What does finishing a job entail? Getting us all into the poorhouse?
If he finishes the job, he'll finish this country.
Let somebody else finish the job.
No. It's a no.
I eat and drink no for breakfast.
Joe Biden has now spent 2 years in office. What grade would you give him?
A B.
Like a C+.
A fat C.
A D.
An F.
Can I give him a Z? Is that the lowest grade I could give him?
Look it up.
We're gonna be on Jesse Watters Primetime. What do you want to tell Jesse?
Hi. He's handsome. I think my husband would like me to say that, but I think he's handsome.
Jesse, this is my world.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.